Good facial aesthetics is in the artistic eye of the person performing the treatments.
Today, I'm up in Liverpool at the Dr Yusra Clinic, and I'm going to meet Dr Yusra, talk to her about her work, and watch her carry out one of her most specialised procedures, which is a full face harmonisation. So come along with me, we'll chat with Dr Yusra and watch the treatment too. Dr Yusra, what inspired you to specialise in tweakments and aesthetics?
My background is in dental surgery and head and neck surgery, and during my surgical training I was treating patients who had facial deformities, congenital deformities, so they were born with it, or facial trauma, patients who were victims of domestic violence or road traffic accidents, and essentially helping them get back to themselves again. And I always found that those surgeries had a lot of downtime and a huge psychological burden of adaptation. Taking someone who, for example, had a weak chin, breaking their jaw, putting it back together to align their jaw meant 6 weeks out of their life. They can't eat, they can't speak properly, and a very drastic change that they were psychologically not ready for maybe. And that's what made me start to look at other ways that we could make significant but subtle changes without the psychological burden, without the immense downtime. And I found non-surgical treatments from there. And also my own background is when I was 8 years old, I had an accident, quite a bad accident that resulted in a huge cut to my lower face from my lip down to my chin.
Wow.
It was literally hanging off. And I had to have 42 stitches at the age of 8. And I had very, very prominent scarring.
Very traumatic for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember going to school the next day with 42 stitches, and my teacher and my colleagues being horrified. And my teacher saying to me, "You need to sit at the back of the class because I don't want to distract the rest of the school kids." And a nickname started then called Baby Horror, which lasted throughout my schooling. And it really impacted me. It really held me back. And I really then understood the relationship between our aesthetic appearance and our self-esteem and confidence. And that is why I'm so passionate about breaking the stigma that what we do is skin deep, and actually ensuring that our patients unapologetically access care where it is appropriate without that stigma. My motto is making sure my patients look good but not look done, and looking fresh and not looking fake. And so it's all about normalization, and I reject the idea that everybody needs high tapered cheekbones and a tapered tiny chin. Yeah. We are all different, and actually aesthetic treatments or tweakments are wonderful because they can maintain our patients' individual characteristics but help them look like the best version of themselves, whether that is treating a congenital deformity, a weak chin, a bump on the nose, or a rejuvenation treatment secondary to trying to hide the signs of aging. I'm passionate about treating my patients as people and not features. I always say my patients are not a walking, talking pair of lips or a walking, talking nose.
Yes.
And it's very important that we treat our patients as people first. Yeah. We respect them, their individual concerns, their individual desired outcomes. Not everyone is the same. You know, often my patients will come and say to me, "I don't want anyone to know. I want very subtle results." And I respect that. I respect their autonomy, and we do things according to their lifestyle, their desired outcome, their budget, their pace.
When you're looking to patient, what you can see could be beneficial for them with what they are wanting and asking for. How do you have that conversation?
Often patients will come in concerned about a specific feature. Whether they come in and say, "I want my lips done, I don't like the dark circles under my eyes, I want to look less tired," or "I don't like the bump on my nose." I will listen to their concern, I will take photographs, and then we'll look at it together. And I will ask them for permission to conduct a full face assessment, because some patients will want me to conduct a full face assessment and others won't want to hear it.
And they'll say, "It's just this one thing.
It's just this one thing and I don't want to look at anything else." And we have to respect our patients' individual preferences. But I also explain to them that good facial aesthetics is in the artistic eye of the person performing the treatments. Any monkey can inject a face and place filler, but we are not filling a face like an eclair. We are performing a holistic full face assessment such that our treatments suit the patient. You know, if they come in and they ask me for a non-surgical rhinoplasty because they feel that their nose is big, but actually their nose is not the issue. The issue is that they have a weak chin, which is creating the illusion of a big nose. then I have a duty of care to inform that patient that actually their nose is fine, and what may be better for them is augmenting their chin. So it's a combination of respect for the patient, the person in front of us, and also safeguarding their best interest, which means having an ethical and honest approach with our patients. Carlene, can you tell us what it is that bothers you?
Yeah, so as I've gone into the later stage of my life, so I've turned 40, and I feel as though everything's just starting to drop. So my cheeks have gone a little bit drooped, and my chin, my eyes really hollow underneath. Just all over really.
So when you're looking in the mirror, is there any one particular area that bothers you?
No, I'd just say it's a number of things. Yeah.
And when you're looking in the mirror again, is there something that, are you looking and feeling a certain way? Do you feel like you look tired or sad or angry?
Yeah, I do feel like I look tired. Yeah, always.
Full face harmonisation is something that you specialise in.
Yes.
Could you tell me a bit about what that is and how you go about that for a patient?
So full face harmonisation is something that I do day in, day out, and have been doing for over a decade. And the idea again comes from ensuring that the patient is holistically balanced and respecting that no two people are the same, and we're not feature driven. The idea, the end outcome, is for patients to look incredible. So they look in the mirror and they feel like, I've still got it, you know, but without it looking obvious. And that comes from balance and proportion. When you're assessing any aesthetic ideal or aesthetic beauty, it really does come from the harmony, the balance, a well-proportioned outcome. So facial harmonization is a concept, not a specific treatment.
Okay, yes.
And often I'll have patients message me and say, how much is facial harmonization? And facial harmonization will differ, absolutely, it will differ patient to patient because it depends on what they need. So one patient may benefit from mild cheek augmentation, they might benefit from chin augmentation, they might benefit from nose augmentation, whilst the other may not. And so it is a concept, and that the concept is all about ensuring that all features of the face look good and right relative to each other, so that the treatments we're performing are optimizing their aesthetic outcome, not distorting them. And that's the key. Okay, so for Carlene, we are going to be doing a full face harmonization. This is going to involve placing filler along the cheekbone and in what we call the deep medial cheek fat pad, which is the base of her cheek. We're also going to be placing a little bit of filler along the tear trough to reduce the hollowing and brighten up the eye area. We're going to be placing filler in the nose to mouth line to soften the deep folds that she has here, and also in the downward curvature of her lips in what we call the marionette line. From a profile view, I'm going to improve and balance her profile by placing filler at the point of the chin and also into the indentation that we have and that we can see in front of her jowls, which highlight the hanging jowls. By placing filler here, we will give her a more defined jawline. We will soften the crease underneath her chin, and we will also elevate the tip of her nose to give her a point of highlight and reduce the slight bump that she has on her nose. We will also place a little bit of filler into her lips to feminize her lips and improve the proportion of her upper to lower lip. So you're going to feel a little bit of pressure now, and you're going to hear crackles. Are you okay? So this is all very normal. And now we're just going to be placing a little bit of Restylane volume in the mid-face. So this is a product called Restylane Refine, and Restylane Refine is specifically suited for areas where we are just refining the tissues. We're trying to very gently lift areas of volume deficits and generally softening and blurring transitions.
What do you reckon? You
Lovely.
happy?
Yeah, lovely.
I think it looks fantastic. Yusra, can you talk us through very briefly what you've done here with this harmonisation?
Some cheek augmentation. We've sculpted and lifted and contoured her cheeks. We have softened the nasolabial folds. We've also placed a little bit of filler in her lips and in her chin to improve the balance. We have placed filler at the jawline to give her more definition at the jawline. And we've also placed a little bit of filler in her nose to straighten the nose and lift the tip. And we've also placed filler in the tear trough to smooth the hollows under her eyes and blend it into her cheeks. So she is now, this is the most swollen that she will be. This is the most kind of where the filler will feel and look a little bit more prominent, and the swelling in the lips is the most obvious. And this will settle day on day on day over the next coming few weeks to settle into a very natural result.
And roughly how much filler did you use?
9 mils of filler.
9 mils.
Yeah.
But it's all very subtly done. You know, no one's going to look at you even today and think, wow, look at that. That's what's so impressive about that. So thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure.
Everything that you're doing here in clinic. It's really impressive. And thank you very much for watching.